Hi, my name is Jaiprashant Mohanram and you are watching Car Talk. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the 2025 Renault Kiger facelift. And a lot has changed in terms of design of this car. Let's come front and see what has really changed. So the headlamps remain the same, but the skid plate is new. The front bumper has been completely reprofiled. And then you have a new Renault logo that we first saw on the Triber that makes an appearance on the Kiger. The front grille is also new, piano black finish or glossy black grille. It's a new element. And now you have fog lamps. Before you didn't have fog lamps on the Renault Kiger. Now you have fog lamps coming in. Even they are DRLs, LED units. Everything in this car, all the lights are LEDs. And coming closer, you also have a reprofiled bonnet. This is one more thing that has changed. So these are the key changes on the front of the Renault Kiger. And if you come closer to the bumper, you can see something very interesting here. There is a 360 camera that has been added, and there's a camera unit here. So this is a small but subtle change, but you'll have to come very close to see. So these are the changes in the front of the Kiger. Now moving on to the profile, what you have is 16-inch alloy wheels. The older size also was 16-inch, but now you have diamond cut. It's a new design. So these are new alloy wheels. And on the profile, you used to have cladding here, but now Renault, to cut costs as well as to save weight, you have a sticker. So that is the change on the profile. Apart from this, there's nothing much has changed. But one more thing Renault said in the presentation, the roof rails can hold 50 kgs. I'm not sure whether it was there in the older ones, whether they could hold weight, but this one can take 50 kgs of weight, the roof rails. So that is a change. Now let's go to the rear of the Kiger. Pretty much the same. The shape of the tail lamps are the same, but now it gets a smoked finish. And at the rear, you also get a new Renault logo that we saw on the Triber coming to the Kiger. And at the bottom, the bumper gets a reprofiling. The skid plate, it's a forced skid plate made out of plastic, even that has changed. So these are the key changes of the car. And now a couple of design elements. On top, you have a shark fin antenna, and you have this element, which again remains the same, but this is a standout design element of the Kiger, and I just wanted to show you this. Now I'm sitting inside the facelifted 2025 Kiger. So what strikes one first about the cabin of the car is the new dashboard. The dashboard has got a reprofiling. It's got a new 3D design. You've got a bunch of elements. There is black on top. Then you have a carbon fiber strip here in a matte finish. You've got a bunch of beige, and then again black. An interesting part, this is actually a glow box. This is not where the airbag sits. The airbag sits here. This is a glow box. If you open this, opens up to this. And then there's one more glow box here. So this is the conventional glow box. So together they offer you 9 liters of storage, which is the best in class. That's, intelligent storage space. Now let me show you the touchscreen of the car. This is the touchscreen of the car. I think it's an 8-inch unit. It plays Android Auto, wireless Android Auto, and Apple CarPlay are supported. And you have a bunch of other things. You have the radio, media, phone, etc., etc. Everything is here. So this is your nice touchscreen infotainment unit. And now I'll show you the steering of the car. This is where a bunch of action again happens, because you have rain sensing wipers here, and you also have automatic headlamps. This side of the steering, you are going to control your phone and your other things, and this side you have cruise control, and this is a tilt adjustable steering. There is no telescopic function, tilt adjustable. And again, towards the steering, if you come, you can see the MID. The MID unit has not changed. It is the same unit as before. So the same MID unit. Now let's go to the center console of the car and show you some more changes. This is the center console, and what you'll notice is this button is for ventilation, because the seats that the Renault Kiger has are leatherette seats with ventilated function on the top end models. So you've got the ventilation buttons here, and again towards the center console, what you get is a 360-degree camera. Yes, because the Kiger now comes with a 360-degree camera, and you've got the camera button here. The rest of it again is your air conditioning and all the other things, conventional stuff happening here. And there's some storage here for your phone or other knickknacks, and there's a wireless charging bay here where you can switch this on and off. So this is where that happens. And now if you can again come closer, I'll show you the multiple modes that the Kiger comes with. This is of course a manual car, but still it has eco, normal and sport modes. This is the jog dial for those modes, and it has plenty of storage. See, there is storage here, this fluted compartment, plenty of storage here, and you want to access it, you can also access it using this. So it makes it much larger. Nice armrest here, but not adjustable. fixed armrest, but quite comfortable. So this is basically the Renault Kiger from the inside. Talking about the seats, Renault's come up with these leatherette ventilated seats with a new color scheme. You have grey, you have beige, you have yellow contrast stitching. All in all, this makes for, something very fresh, and somebody coming in will enjoy the freshness that the seats offer. Now Renault says that it's a very wide car and there's a lot of space, between the front and the front two passengers. They have plenty of room, and I think it has, because it feels like quite a wide car. But now the width will be more amplified at the rear. Let's go to the rear and show you how spacious this really is. What Renault says is, the Kiger is extremely wide, and the space for the people sitting in the car, it's actually a wide car, and I think it is a wide car because I can't easily reach this door. So there is plenty of width. I think three people of my size, about 70 kilos, 5'7", three people can sit in the Kiger, because the floor, if you can see, it's relatively flat. It's almost a flat floor. So it is a spacious car, and Renault also claims the knee room is the best in segment at 222 mm. There is plenty of space. Just look at the amount of space. Plenty of space, but the headroom can be tight. If people are taller than me, maybe a 6-footer, the headroom can be very tight because there's not much space. There are, say, 3 or 4 inches. That is about it in terms of headroom. A taller person may have a challenging headroom because there is this sloping roof, which possibly is causing that. And now you have an armrest in between, and there is a place to keep your mobile phone. And there are no charger ports here. You'll again have to go towards the center console. This console has this particular, cigarette lighter charger socket, from where you'll have to basically use it to charge your phones. Okay, connecting a device there. But there are rear AC vents. So that is a good thing. And you also have, head restraints for both passengers at the rear. But middle, there is no head restraint. So only for the passengers on either side you have head restraints. Again, the seat, same color scheme in the front has been continued to the rear. You've got beige, grey and contrast yellow stitching. That is basically it. This is what the Kiger looks like from the rear. It is quite a spacious car. So I think Renault is actually on the mark when they say that it's one of the most spacious car in the sub 4 meter SUV segment. So one more thing the Renault Kiger gets is a safety boost. It gets 6 airbags as standard across all trims. Right from your authentic trim to the top end trim, you have 6 airbags. That's a big safety change, and it's not yet been rated. The older Kiger was a 4-star. Maybe you'll have a 5-star rating once they retest this car. Let's talk about the Renault Kiger's boot now. It gets 405 liters of boot space. It looks like quite a capacious boot, but the loading lip is quite high. So if you have large suitcases, you really have to lift it and keep it inside. It can get a bother because of how deep this is, but it's a deep boot. 405 liters, Renault says is best in class. And you also have 60-40 split seats. 60-40 splits. So you fold down the seats, you get over 800 liters. Around 879 liters is what you get when you fold down all the seats. So that is like a massive cavernous boot capacity for the Renault Kiger. So the Renault Kiger has a spare tire in the boot. This is a 14-inch tire. Outside you have 16 inches. So this is a space saver. It's only a 14-inch tire. Just remember that you can't drive this car with the spare tire. You'll have to come back to the original tires. So this is the facelifted Renault Kiger. Prices start from 6.29 lakh rupees. This is for the base trim. The base trim is called Authentic. The trim names are changed. It's Authentic. Then you have Evolution. Then you have Techno. Then finally the top end is called Emotion. The 6.29 lakh rupee price figure is for the 1 liter naturally aspirated petrol engine, 72 PS and 96 Newton meters of torque. You get a 5-speed manual with that. And you also have a turbo petrol version of the same engine. The turbo petrol engine makes 100 PS of peak power and 152 Newton meters of peak torque. Renault says this has got the best torque in class. The torque to weight ratio in its class. The prices for the turbo start from 9.99 lakh rupees. We can't really give you opinion today. Once we drive it, we'll give you. But for now, this is the 2025 Renault Kiger for you, a facelift. It's a comprehensive facelift for a car that has been one of Renault's top selling models. So what do you think about the 2025 Renault Kiger facelift? Do let us know in the comments. You like this kind of content, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button. Thank you very much for watching.